'em high. Take a risk every time I play dice. I shake 'em up, and it's snake eyes. I'm the same guy, on the same grind. Busy printing money, watch the paint dry. My intuition told me through the grapevine that I'ma get rich and I ain't lying, yeah. Get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. You now rockin' with the best.
What's up YouTube? I'm Duelist Nickel, and today I'm talking Snake Eyes Synchron. Due to the recent ban list hits to Wanted and Unicorn, I've been running an increased Snake Eyes package in place of Kashtira. So today I'm going to go through the one card combo, which you can start using either Bonfire or Snake Eyes Ash, which will get you into a Baronne protected junk speeder. I'm also going to run through a few other hands to show some different ways that this deck can get into junk speeder. Stay tuned until the end of the video for the deck list. And as always, if you are enjoying my Master Duel content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This first replay, I'm going to show you the one card Snake Eyes combo that you can start by using Bonfire to search for Snake Eyes Ash, or just normal summoning Ash if you open it. First you'll summon Ash, and then you'll search for Poplar and activate to summon it. Activate it again to add original Sinful Spoils to your hand. Then use Ash's second effect to summon Oak from the deck, which will summon Ash again, and then you can also place Poplar as a face-up spell. Now use Oak's second effect to summon Flamebirds from the deck, which will place Poplar as a face-up spell once again. Now you can send Poplar with your original Sinful Spoils spell to summon Jet from the deck and synchro into Baronne to floor. Then activate Flamebirds to summon Jet with one of your level 1 Snake Eyes monsters from the graveyard, and then synchro into TG Mighty Striker, which will search for TG All Clear, which you can then use to destroy Striker and search for TG Rush Rhino, and then you can normal summon Rush Rhino with TG All Clear, and then use Jet's effect to bring it back from the graveyard, which will set you up for junk speeder. After resolving Speeder, you'll activate Stardust to search for Illumination, and then from here you'll want to go into Excel Synchro Dragon, and then hold off on using its effect because you need the field space. Instead, use Stardust Illumination to summon Trail from the deck, and then proceed into our usual combo. Synchro into Stardust Charge Warrior for a draw and to summon a token. Then we'll activate Excel's effect to summon Stardust Dragon, and then go into Crimson Dragon, which would have searched for Synchro Rumble had we not already drawn into it. Next we'll change Charge Warrior's level to 7 with Illumination, and now you can synchro into Ravenous Croc to draw 2. Now you can target Croc with Crimson Dragon to synchro into Trishula, and rip your opponent's hand for 1 card. Next, you'll summon one of your level 1 tuners from the graveyard and use Stardust Synchron's effect to tribute Trishula, bringing itself back from the grave, as well as triggering Trail to summon itself and Assault Synchron to bring back your tributed Trishula. Now you can synchro into Bystial Dispater, and then into Framelord Omega, which will allow you to rip your opponent's hand with Omega and then summon it back again with Dispater to rip your opponent's hand a second time. This is a 2-card combo which will use either Wanted or Diabellstar Witch plus Snake Eyes Poplar. This combo would also work with any discard if you can also create an extra face-up card on the field. This replay starts with a bricked hand, so we'll use card destruction to reset. And then they're going to hit us with max C, but we will have the called by to stop it. And now we'll draw into our 2-card combo. Poplar is the perfect discard for Black Witch because it will then trigger to place itself as a face-up spell, which you can then send to the graveyard with original Sinful Spoils to summon Jet Synchron from your deck. Then you'll Synchro into Excel Synchro Dragon, and you'll want to activate Jet Synchron on Chainlink 1 to search for the level 4 Junk Servant, and then activate Excel Dragon on Chainlink 2 to resummon Jet Synchron from the graveyard. Now you can normal summon Junk Servant and then activate Excel's effect to synchro into an unaffected Stardust Dragon and Junk Speeder. Next, you'll search for Stardust Illumination and then synchro into Crystal Wing to give yourself a negate on the board. Then activate Illumination to summon Trail from the deck. Now you can synchro into Crimson Dragon and search for Synchro Rumble. This will allow you to special summon Assault Synchron from the graveyard since you weren't able to summon an off Junk Speeder. Now synchro into Charge Warrior for a draw and to summon a token. Coincidentally, I'm going to draw into Souls here, which will give myself an extra level 1 on the board, which will give me a draw 3 off of Ravenous Croc. Normally, I would use Illumination here to increase Charge Warrior to level 7 to pull this off. Now target Croc with Crimson Dragon to synchro into Trishula and rip your opponent's hand for 1 card. You know the rest. But check out my Synchron combo guide if you want a step-by-step breakdown of the full combo, which I will link to here. This replay, I'm going to show you a backup combo. This deck runs 3 copies of Stardust Synchron because you can use it with any of your level 1 Snake Eyes monsters to go into Junk Speeder. We'll start out by normal summoning Poplar so that we can search for original Sinful Spoils, then we'll tribute Poplar to summon Stardust Synchron. They're going to hit us with max C here, but don't fear, this is a win condition for us. We're going to try and deck them out. Activate to search for Stardust Illumination, and to place Poplar as a face-up spell. Then, we'll use our Sinful Spoils spell to tribute Poplar, and we will choose to summon Ash from the deck rather than Jet because we need the non-tuner. This is also a great way to bait an Ash Blossom or an Imperm. Now we can synchro into Junk Speeder. From here, we'll go into Excel Dragon so that we can use Illumination to summon Trail from the deck. But they're going to drop the rock on us, so we'll have to counter with Excel. If you're wondering how this deck can manage to play through Nibiru, check out my Nibiru No Problem Hand Trap Guide, also linked here in the description. We'll use Excel's effect to go into an unaffected TG Hyper Librarian because we need to facilitate draws. And now we can bring back Revolution Synchron to synchro into Crimson Dragon with the free token, and then search for Synchro Rumble. From here, we're just going to Synchro Climb to try and find Triple Tactics Thrust or Card Destruction. If you want to see more ways to consistently execute this Deckout strategy, check out my ANTI-MAXX Deckout guide. Garden Rose Maiden will summon tokens to their field, which will help us deck them out faster. And then from here, I'm just going to try to summon as many of my negates as possible to ensure that my Triple Tactics Thrust or my Card Destruction will resolve once I'm able to draw into them. They're going to try to floodgate us here, but we can just set a trap to continue our combo.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
You can use your extra deck monsters to pop tokens, freeing space to summon more. You will be able to run through about half of your deck if you execute this strategy properly, and eventually you will find your triple tactics thrust or your card destruction and win the game. This replay here is to show you the bread and butter combo of the deck, which will always involve your adventure engine, good for breaking boards, going second, or insulating your combo with a negate going first, combined with any way to get to your level 1 or 3 tuner, including the tuners themselves or Overtake, Diabellstar, Wanted, Bonfire, 1-for-1, Foolish, you get it. First, we'll activate Right to summon our token and place Fateful Adventure. If you only have one way to get to a tuner, you'll want to search and summon Griffin Rider first to ensure that you can get the tuner on the field. But we have Bonfire as a backup here, so we'll go ahead and use Overtake, which will add Draco back to our hand so that we can search Griffin Rider and discard Draco back, and then summon Griffin Rider and equip Draco back. From here, you're set up for an unaffected speeder. Synchro into Excel Dragon, and then activate its effect to resummon Jet from the graveyard. And then you can activate to summon Stardust Dragon and an unaffected speeder. And then from here, the combo will proceed as usual. First, search for Illumination, and now you can summon Crystal Wing for a negate on the board. And then I wanted to include this replay here to illustrate how Bonfire is not only a starter, but can also be used as an extender post-speeder. Search for Poplar to summon itself for a free level 1, and also to add Sinful Spoils for an extra summon later. This is an easy way into TG Hyper Librarian, which will give you the highest ceiling for your combo. Now, back to the combo. Use Illumination to summon Trail from the deck, and then Synchro into Charge Warrior for a draw, and to summon a token. Then you can use Illumination in the graveyard to increase Charge Warrior to level 7, and then you can either go straight into Trishula, or you can use Croc here for extra draws, and then Crimson Dragon to go into Trishula later. Both versions work. We'll go into Trishula here, which will rip your opponent's hand for 1 card. And then, because we already drew into it, we'll use Synchro Rumble to bring back Stardust Synchron and go into Crimson Dragon here. You could have also attributed one of your Dragon Synchros to bring it back from the graveyard if you needed to. Next, we'll bring back a level 1 tuner so that we can go into Baronne the Floor. now that we have another negate on the board, we can safely tribute Crystal Wing to bring back Stardust Synchron, which will trigger Stardust Trail as well as Assault Synchron, the Summon Trail, and bring back Crystal Wing. And now we can synchro into Dissipator and Framelord Omega to initiate the double hand red. If you noticed, we never even had to use our normal summon here, so we can take our extra pieces, Diabellstar Witch, normal summon Ash, bring back Jet from the graveyard for Ravenous Croc, which would give us an extra interruption and 2 more draws. But they'll surrender before we can even do this. Finally, I wanted to include one more quick one to show you how Adventure will interact with your level 3 tuner to get into Speeder. First, you'll activate Right for your token. Normally you'd summon the tuner here to trigger your search for Draco back, which you can use to discard and search Griffin Rider, but we opened it, so we'll summon Griffin Rider first. And now we can normal summon Revolution Synchron and synchro into Baronne de Fleur. Then we'll bring back our tuner from the graveyard as a level 1 tuner, and now we can go into Junk Speeder with protection from Baronne.